What is up, guys and gals? Fonzarelli Fell-Handed here. Today we have something very, very special. The Jean Bart, or however you say it, I don't know. Moosta1 is the operator of said water buggy. Now, guys, go down to the description box. Go down to World of Warship Peeps. You're going to see Moosta1 down there. Go to his channel, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're not going to miss out on any of his content. And guys, as a added bonus, he is also streaming. So make sure you stop by and check that out. Now, I am going to start uploading, if I can remember, at 9 p.m. Eastern for my UK folk. Had some UK folk requests earlier uploads, so we're going to try to make that happen as long as I can remember. Now, if I forget, you got to bear with me. You got to send me a message. You got to say, hey, make sure to do it, to upload a little bit earlier. At any rate, let's see what this Tier 7 battleship can do. Now, right now we're kind of throwing some AP at this gentleman's side here. See if we can't possibly tap him. He's taking a little bit of HE there from his left side. Looks like this gentleman is turning a little bit here. We're going to see if we can't possibly put some shots in on him. And what we're doing here, folks, is we're kind of bow tanking. We're in a very, very good position to kind of bow tank. But at the same time, we have to be wary of folks coming from too sharp an angle, port and starboard. Now, we are a little bit close here to the area of operations, so we're going to back up a little bit here. Put us in a little bit better position. Really, honestly, instead of starboard, or excuse me, instead of port, the only thing we really need to worry about is our starboard side. Possibly somebody coming down, getting too much of an angle on us, possibly doing some serious damage. Moving on, did manage to get a really good citadel there, and it's more or less off the jump. Really going out here, making things happen. 15,000 damage, one bad guy down thus far. So we're definitely making a good headway into the team there. Still going full reverse, trying to kind of get out of the situation. And what we're going to do here, folks, is just use the extended range of our guns and kind of outrange a lot of the bad guys. It's a common battleship tactic, and it works. If you have some ridiculous range, why not make it work for you? Took some shots there to the forward area. Not too much of a big deal here. We are on fire, but folks, if you're in a battleship, you have to be okay with being on fire. It's not that big of a deal. Going to lay some hatred here on this gentleman, see if we can't get him off the map. And oh my goodness, we touched him, but we didn't quite do enough touching, and he did not go down. 19,000 damage so far here. This gentleman right here, if we can wallop him a good one, it is going to be the end of this gentleman. If we can get a good connection, I'm kind of interested to see if we can just throw it down there and make it happen. And sure enough, somebody else steals it for us. I am going to hold my comments on dispersion. Was the one thing I noticed. Speaking of which, guys, if we're very, very nice and very, very lucky, Moosta will tell us exactly what kind of commander he's running, how he's got the ship set up, so on and so forth. So if you be very nice to him, he may grant you that knowledge, so you can set your ship up just like his. Good bracketed. Goodness gracious, that is a heck of a hit right there. Touched him in a very, very unprofessional manner. Awesome shot. 39,000 going to the top of the map there. Top of the board. I don't know. I always say top of the map. It's not a map. It's a board. Top of the board. 3 down for the bad guys. The friendly side is just making it happen with 1 loss. Not really a whole lot happening right there. Really putting it down on this gentleman. We are dragging him across the coals there. Showing him who cuts a cantaloupe, if you will. We are currently on fire, not necessarily a fan of it, but a little known fact, you can fully heal fire damage. I know some folks don't necessarily know that, but I will edify you, if you will. Moving on, putting some hatred there downrange. If you, goodness gracious, that was a heck of a hit. If you aim in the very mid, if you have some crazy dispersion, it's not necessarily going to be that big of a liability. It looks like this gentleman's going to snatch kill from us again. That's okay, as long as they're off the map. That's all we're worried about. 77,000 damage there. 4 down for the bad guys, 1 down for the friendlies here. And Moosta is looking for more targets here. Looks like that's going to hit. Looks like right there about where your forward guns are going to be. Didn't necessarily do tons and tons of damage. Missed the citadel area. It looks like we possibly just didn't get any good penetration rolls there. But you know what? That's fine. We're not really going to let it bother us, and we have plenty of other opportunities. Some more fish in the sea there to do some damage here. Creeping ahead there, 1/2. I don't necessarily want to go in here and kind of, you know, go all now and go in a little too close and get in a bad situation. And I say that because you see a lot of the nows, you know, they want to get in torp range, they want to get in secondary range, and they end up going in there and getting in a position they can't walk out of. And that's not what Moosta is doing. As you can see here, he's just kind of biding his time. He's bow tanking this gentleman right here, and he has just got a perfect side shot. We're going to let the forward guns fly right there. I should say the only guns fly, and kablamo, citadel right on the money. This gentleman shooting HE, we're shooting AP. I mean, we're showing them who cuts the cantaloupe. I mean, right now. I mean, and that's the bottom line. 103,000 damage. Really out here making it happen. Gentleman is still spamming high X. I'm not really sure why. I don't think I want to know. This is going to be a tough pin right here, folks, because he was angled up. He's coming in at an angle, and you know that's going to strengthen your existing armor if you are coming in at an angle like that. And a lot of times, you know, your experienced commanders will do that. You know, going, you know, head on is good. But, you know, if somebody's spamming AP at you, angling up is the way to go. Now, granted, I don't necessarily understand why this gentleman right here is shooting high X when, you know, he is clearly being penetrated by the ship. I have a lot of questions, but I don't have very many answers. But I do know who has answers, and it's Moosta. Moving on. It's not a good look here for this gentleman in the exact same ship as us here. We're both on fire. That is more or less a standard feature in battleships, the ability to combust at will. That being said, this is not going to be a good look for him. We touched him right in the no-no spot, and we finally got a kill. I think it was more the secondaries than us. We have multiple deck fires, not a good look. 3 seconds, we're going to have a reload there on our damage control. Moosta immediately busts it off there and uses his repair kit, which is a wise decision because we had really taken more fire damage than we were really fans of. I'm seeing a lot of excellently led shots. I mean, man, this guy should play the lottery. That's all I'm going to say. God, man, oh man, oh man. High caliber, perfect citadel. Just, I'm telling you what, 154,000 damage. 3 down for the friendlies and 7 down for the bad guys. They are just getting raked over the coals, put over a barrel, whatever colorful metaphor, description, phrase you would like to use. That is what is in fact happening. Moosta's bringing her about there. Kind of going to cut through this little channel here so we can kind of go through here, farm a little bit more damage. There's one remaining gentleman on the board here. We kind of want to see if we can farm. I don't necessarily know if it's going to happen. We may not be able to get around here in time to get any shots. But you know what? I am pulling for him because I feel like he can do it. And to recap, luckily this was kind of a situation where we weren't vastly outnumbered. We could kind of take gentlemen on in a 1v1 type scenario, you know, and we could have a situation where it would be us versus them. You know, the more skilled, you know, is the victor. And that's exactly what kind of happened there. And we finally get that last kill there, which we were looking for. And it just boils down to to Moosta was the more skilled. And bravo for him. He really went out there and he made it happen, folks. 156,000 damage, 495,000 credits. Folks, really hope you enjoy. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. We will see you folks next time.